Hello crafty friends, and welcome to another video. I am Adrienne Bosey of Alice Scraps Wonderland. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Today I'll be taking you through the process of creating a mixed media canvas. I'm just showing you some of the supplies that I use for this project, and I'll have the full list on my blog, which you can find linked in the description box below. I'm starting out by adding texture to an 8-inch round canvas using a stencil and some textured modeling paste. I always like to give this particular paste a good stir before applying it to my project. While taking you through today's tutorial, I also want to talk to you about letting the process lead you when creating. I usually try to go into my projects with a bit of a plan. Not everything is fleshed out, however, I do like to have a general idea for which embellishments will take a starring role and the general shape of the embellishment line. For this particular canvas, I had intended on my elements taking a more organic zigzag shape. However, after I was done creating the background, I realized I needed to change that shape, and you'll see why later. After the paste is dry, I begin adding color to the canvas using Distress sprays. I'll be showing you more of this process than I normally would, as this process is what led me in my creating journey for this particular project. If you have never used Distress sprays before, this is a layering process. Begin by adding Distress spray stains first for a base of translucent color that packs more of a punch. Water is added to get the inks to react, as well as to spread it around the canvas. It's important to dry between each layer of color you add. Remember adding wet to wet mixes while adding wet over dry layers. Distress oxides are added second, and these spray inks are opaque, so keep in mind they will cover whatever they go over. I use these sprays more sparingly. Again, add water to get these sprays to react or oxidize. I continue to switch back and forth between the two types of sprays to create that layered look. You'll see me use a technique called lifting throughout this process. This essentially lifts wet ink to create lighter splotches on the canvas. I use a dry, lint-free cloth to dab up areas of wetness on my canvas. I often will dry the layer, then splatter water on the canvas and pick up the water splatters with my cloth and dry the background again. Creating distressed backgrounds is all about personal preferences, and there really is no right or wrong when it comes to the final look of the background. This is something that you just have to play around with and find the right rhythm for your tastes. When I finished the background, it was at this moment that I realized this project was taking me down a very different path than I had planned for. Looking at it, I realized the canvas looked like the moon. The splotches of white looked like craters on a blue-gray disc. Because of this, I decided to lay my embellishments out in a crescent shape instead. To highlight the texture of the stenciled paste, I add a little bit of dry brushing. Keep in mind that distressed products are water reactive, so don't contaminate your pot of paint by dipping your brush into it. I want to add die-cut leaves to the paper flowers. For this, I'm using some patterned paper and a couple of different dies. When cutting the dies out, I like to use mint tape to hold the dies in place while they run through my machine. This allows me to really maximize the space on the paper and get as many die cuts as possible from it. I also prepped some Reneabouquets beautiful board. I wasn't sure which color of distress embossing glaze would match the project best, so I tested out several colors in the corners of this chipboard piece. You can see when I hold the swatches up to the canvas that I already have this new shape planned out. I always like to do a dry fit first to see how everything will get laid out. Once I selected the color that matched best, I cut out smaller bits of the chipboard and embossed them. Now that all the embellishments are prepped and ready to go, it's time to begin assembling. I use heavy body gel to hold all of my elements in place. It's my go-to adhesive for mixed media as it adheres to any material and has a long work time. I start by gluing down the first layer of flowers. I often cut off the green wire stem on the flowers, but sometimes I twist them around a small paintbrush handle to curl them. As I work, you'll see me shape and add in the die-cut leaves, as well as dry fitting the second layer. If anything is uneven, I add in layers of foam adhesive to level everything out. This particular project was really level, and I found that I didn't need foam tape to pop up uneven flowers. At some point I decided it would be better if I shaped all of the die-cut leaves with my shaping kit, so I stopped to do that. You'll see me occasionally cut up or cut down the stem of the die-cut leaves to fit into the project as I want it to. I love customizing dies this way, and it really makes each project unique. Some of the second layer of flowers gets placed over some chipboard. To hold it all in place, I add some heavy body gel to the flowers on the first layer where I want to place the chipboard. I press the chipboard in, then add the second layer of flowers with additional heavy body gel. My Reneabouquet doily lace got covered up on my desk, but no worries. The long work time of heavy body gel allowed me to tuck in pieces here and there with the occasional extra dab of adhesive. Don't be afraid to cut your lace up into smaller pieces and hang on to your larger scraps for another project. For the tiny rosebuds, I like to cut off most of the wire stem. I bent the stems a little bit to angle the flower just right and glued it down. Next, I highlight the texture of the paper flowers by dry brushing white gesso over them. To add sparkle, I apply a clear adhesive to the edges of the flower petals, then sprinkle on Reneabouquet glitter glass. I also tuck in some Reneabouquet pearls into the flowers. Since I changed the shape of my embellishment line, I needed to decide where to place the Reneabouquet dragonfly. You can see me deciding between two locations here. Once I'm happy, I gently bend the wings on the butterfly and dragonfly and add them to the project with heavy body gel. Finally, I add just a little more sparkle with these iridescent gems that remind me of stars in the night sky. I dry fit them to plan them out, then go back and apply them with some liquid adhesive. And that's it. I hope that you enjoyed today's tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.